Thank you, Naomi, for the nice introduction. So today on the agenda during this webinar, I will talk a bit about IoT solutions in Microsoft Azure, explain a bit the difference between SaaS versus PaaS and the different offerings of the Microsoft platform, and then dive directly into what is IoT Central, and then top it off with some demos and takeaways and conclusions. So you've all probably heard a lot about IoT. There's a big fuzz around it, and every time there's a presentation, some big numbers are being thrown around, and I want to start this presentation also by throwing a big number. So it's Gartner prediction that there will be over 25 billion connected things by 2020. So the hype is so big that it's basically comes down to, if it's a dumb thing, let's put a chip on it and we have our smart connected thing. So once you get past all that confusion and the noise about what IoT really is, it's and you start realizing how simple and easy it can be, you need to ask yourself the question, what can IoT do for my business, and how can my business profit from doing IoT? So the truth is, there's no real standard definition for IoT. So if you read some blogs or go through the internet, you probably have already come across different vision or different perspectives on how IoT should be visioned, or what the pain points are. So despite how complex IoT seems, it essentially comes down to a couple of areas. You have your physical things, so that can be your sensor, your business assets, your devices. Those can range from consumer IoT, where you have more wearables and phones and all the things like that, to your real industrial IoT, where reliability is really the main focus. So those things need a connection to the internet, to each other, and to people, if you're talking about wearables. So, and once those things have connectivity, they will start transmitting data. And the real value of IoT is collecting insights on that data, and then doing some analytics on that data, and then connecting those insights back to your business to gain real business value. However, IoT projects can become complex real fast. So there's a couple of questions you need to ask yourself before actually starting an IoT project. So how will we get started? How will we connect those things that are hard to connect? How we will connect our legacy devices that are not able or allowed to talk directly to the internet? How will we store our data? How will we do analytics on our data? How will we do device management, scale, and of course the most important question, how will we do security? So many IoT solutions require months to set up and really have complex integration with existing business processes, and that can cause a long delay between the initial investment and seeing the actual value of IoT. So there's also a whole new skill set required. It also depends on the degree of complexity, what skill set you need, and how deep those knowledge of your people need to be when starting an IoT project. So you see that it requires some heavy upfront investments for companies to do IoT, and those investments need to come before a company actually starts seeing value from IoT. And this is sometimes a barrier for companies to start doing IoT because of that investments. So the goal of Microsoft and the Azure services Microsoft is providing is making it easier to build secure and provision scalable solutions from device to cloud. Just making it easier for us as developers, as architects, as business people to have more understanding of IoT and making it easier to build those things. So, and with Microsoft offers two different levels of IoT. Sorry for that. Microsoft offers two ranges of IoT possibilities. First of all, you have the PaaS offerings where Azure IoT Suite and Azure IoT services come into place. So you have a whole, I think there's 4 now. You have pre-configured solutions where you can start with a template, modify that template, deploy that template to your Azure subscription and get starting in 2 minutes. And then of course you have a whole range of Azure services which you can hook up together and which have full control, which allows you to bring full control to your IoT solutions. So, and then of course there's the new SaaS offering of Microsoft IoT Central, and this is actually the main focus of the presentation today. So IoT Central is a fully managed SaaS solution, and this is compared to the PaaS offering and IoT service offering, best used when you need to get started quickly with minimal experience. So, and it actually gives you speed over customization. So if you want to get started quickly and you're happy with a pre-configured set of graphics, dashboarding, and so on, Microsoft IoT Central is there for you. So, and Microsoft IoT Central targets organizations with fewer devices that have predictable scenarios and have limited IoT or even IT knowledge in their company. So Microsoft is targeting this as a SaaS solution that meets common IoT implementation pain points, which allow you to get started quickly. So, and to give you an overview on a couple of services, here are the services available currently on Azure. On the bottom, you have really your platform as a services that you can create and develop your own. So there you have the most important thing. There is IoT Hub with Cosmos DB as a storage layer, and then a whole range of visualization and integrations offering. And then on top of that, you have, as already said, the Azure IoT Suite with the pre-configured solutions. And then another level above, another abstraction layer is the IoT Central, which is actually a SaaS offering. So during the rest of the talk, we're going to focus on IoT Central. So as already said, IoT implementation are usually growth processes, and implementing a mature IoT solution will not happen overnight. With Microsoft IoT Central, you can basically start at any stage you want and start creating value more quickly than when you want to do it all on your own. So the process, as already said, usually starts at connecting devices, gathering data, and starting analyzing that data for actionable insights, and it ends with actions upon that data. For example, if you have data flowing to your platform and the temperature rises above 30 degrees, you can basically act upon that message and do some actionable insights on it. This can be sending an email, calling a webhook, invoking another logic app. So it's basically just that. So in order to really fast start with IoT, IoT Central offers the capabilities you need to connect, to analyze, and to act. So let's look a bit more into details on what the real capabilities are and what those capabilities can bring to your business. So first of all, there's a whole connectivity hub and telemetry ingestion offering of the platform. So it allows you to connect a whole range of devices to the cloud via the platform. Of course, there's your device management that enables you to control and to manage your devices. There's a whole analytics and dashboarding, which provides simple and consumable reports and visualization of your data. With the rule engine and your time series insights, you will see that the real-time data is processed through the platform, and you will be able to identify trends among that data. And if there's some trends notified, you will be able to act upon that data. So, of course, there's also your digital twin management, which allows you to simulate your devices, to update properties, and so on. So again, there's also a whole level of user and identity management. So it's you can provide different levels of permission across users. You can protect IoT Central from unauthorized access. That's all the stuff built into the platform. So a bit under the hood, IoT Central is, of course, built upon services that we're all familiar with Azure. So there's an IoT hub under the hood. Time series insight is there. There's a whole set of Azure infrastructure for you deployed when you are using IoT Central. And then mix that with a couple of other services like reporting, rules and actions, and a UI shell on top of it. You basically get Microsoft IoT Central. So you can see it as Azure, some secret sauce, and then you combine together and you have your IoT Central. So regarding the pricing, there's currently two different price plans available. First of all, you have your trial, which you can use for free for 30 days. It's included with 10 devices, and you have around 100 megabytes data traffic. So, and if you're looking at a real scenario, so if you're past your proof concept for 30 days and you want to implement this on a production, there's 422 fixed fee per month for 100 devices. And then any additional device you put onto the platform is 42 cents. So it basically comes down to 42 cents per device per month. So enough with the talking. I want to continue to show you a demo. So when you start IoT Central, you can go to following link. That's apps.microsoftIoTcentral.com, and there you will see your application manager. So I already prepared one application here, as you can see, but creating a new application is just a matter of seconds. So let me just provision a new application that I will show you later also through this demo. So I just click Create New Application. I give my application a name. So let's give it a name. And then, of course, you have to select your Azure subscription. So let me quickly run through that. So I will select my Azure subscription, and then as always, you need to select a region where this application will be deployed. In our case, let's just select West Europe, and there's a couple of templates you can choose when starting with IoT Central. First of all, there's your custom application template, and that's just basically a blank template where you can start defining your application from scratch. So another important and actually a pretty nice one is the sample Contoso application, and you get started with a predefined application for your connected devices. So let me spin up that sample Contoso application, which I can show you later on what the real added value of IoT Central is and how you can get real value of it. So I think I already provisioned a free application. Let me select a paid one. So important to mention here, you can only have one free application per Azure subscription. So let me create one, and you will see that in a matter of seconds, the application will provision, and I will be able to start building the application from scratch. So this application is just provisioned. As you can saw, it only took 10 seconds, and we were able to get started. So let me go back to the other application I prepared. So next to the application I just provisioned, there's another application I created, which is just an empty one. And I will just show you how quickly it is to get your first device defined and get it connected to your IoT Central demo. So first of all, let me enable builder modes, and then let us start by creating a new device template. So a device template is basically a blueprint of the device that allows you to define the measurements and settings of the device. It also allows you to set some specific rules and dashboards of that device. So let us create a device template. Let us start with just a custom template, and I will give it a name. I will name it Raspberry Pi, as I will connect this IoT Central demo with a Raspberry Pi later during this talk. So as you can see, the device is being provisioned. Also, this takes a couple of seconds before the device is there. Usually it's a bit quicker. The demo gods are not very nice to me, so let me just switch to the other one. And here you already see I think the internet is giving me some hard time. Let me just start up a new browser. I'm having trouble. So basically what I will do is just create a new device template. I will define some new measurements. Let me maybe start with a new browser. That will be better. I will need to log in. Oh no, I'm lucky. No, So here I'm back to the, I will just, here I'm back to the pre-configured solution, and here you can see some definitions, some values already flowing in. So this is the pre-configured solution I just deployed, and as you can see, you will be able to see some data already flowing in. All of this is, of course, simulated by devices. Here you can, the measurements allows you to specify some values of the devices. In this case, you have humidity, pressure, temperature, and so on. So then you can also specify settings. Let me just, I think the other one is provisioned. Okay. So here is the Raspberry Pi device I just created. So as you can see, I added a new device. It's been simulated here. So I'm now going to add new measurements. So a new measurement allows you, here you can specify telemetry, events or states. Currently only telemetry is supported. So I will add a new measurement. So this will be temperature. Let's call it temp. Units is degrees of Celsius. Minimum is 100, maximum is 100. As you can see, as you are defining the telemetry for your device, IoT Central allows you or already displays some graphic to show you how eventually it will look into your dashboard. So we now have defined temperature. Let's just add a new measurement, another one, and let's call that humidity. Call it hum, it's MB, and let's also give it a range from 1 to 100. So here again, you can choose the color you want. Let's choose red for this one, and then we press save. And then we basically have our two measurements defined for our device. So another tab you see on your device template is settings. So the settings allows you to send configuration data from your device to the application. An operator can then change settings and mark as pending until devices act or send an acknowledgement to the settings. So this is basically the settings reported for your device. So if you're familiar with IoT Hub, you can see this as desired properties and reported properties. So another tab you see here is properties. It's a bit confusing with the settings, and this is used to store information about the device itself. For example, serial numbers, firmware versions, and for example, your device ID. So the next tab you have is rules. And there you can define new rules that act upon the device data and trigger actions where necessary. So in our case, we will select a rule based on the telemetry. So temperature alerts, and then you can add specific conditions. So in our case, if the temperature is greater than 25, we will define a new action. In this case, currently only email is supported, but as you can see, the team is working hard on providing additional endpoints for your actions. So now it's only email, but webhook is coming, SMS is coming, Logic app is coming, and even Dynamics 365 is coming. So let us just send the email. So you can add notes to that email, but it will also contain actually the values of the device that have been sent and so on, and why the alert has triggered. So let's save the rule. All right, and then you can also create a dashboard which is specific for your device set. So I will not go into details of that. I will pop back to the other demo to give you a look on how a dashboard can look like. So just quickly popping back to measurements, as you can see, we just defined this these two measurements, and because we're working as a simulated device, you can see that the data is already being generated, and here you can actually do what you want. You can change the line to have it more smoother. You can have them on a shared graphic and so on. So there's different possibilities here. So let us go back to the Contoso example, and if you can see here, we also have our application homepage, and there is you can explore the different devices, and you can actually see the dashboarding being provided for you. So this is all out of the box, configured in a couple of minutes. So it really allows you to quickly explore the value of Microsoft IoT Central. So because I had a little hiccup on the demo, let's go back to the slide as time is running out. So I added a couple of images to the slide deck to make you aware for people watching the recording or just grabbing the slides. This is what it looks like. So let's come to our conclusion. So IoT is basically all around data, and value for your business is creating by making sense of your data and connecting your insights back to the business so they can act upon that insight and take the necessary actions to it. So if you want to fast start with IoT, you can really get started quickly. As you can, as I showed you, you can start with a simulated device and then hook up a real device. I wanted to show you that, but we ran out of time. So it's the SaaS offering of Microsoft IoT Central is focusing on creating business value, and if you want full flexibility, or you want to have more support for complex scenarios, you can, there's a whole range of Azure services to meet your complex or more, your more detailed needs. So, at Codit, how can we help you with this? So we, as you probably know, we're one of the 5 Azure IoT Elite partners, and we can help you with identifying what Azure and IoT can do for your business. We can also help you with the guidance where you should choose a SaaS over a PaaS. So if you want to get started quickly with minimal modifications, we would guide you through a SaaS. But if you want to have support for more complex scenarios, you would have to choose PaaS. And we can help you with the choice of that. Of course, we can also provide you with a couple of reference architectures we did for our IoT projects, and basically have you guided with some architectural guidance for your IoT solutions or your business requirements.